Hello, Dr. Alexander Lakowski here with the Reimbursement Rx weekly update. It is no secret that the compensation in the world of medical reimbursement is moving slowly away from pure fee-for-service and going towards some sort of a quality marker and some sort of a quality parameter. And we here at Reimbursement Rx have been bringing you the latest and the greatest about MACRA and how it affects your compensation. And we keep working on that. And I'd like you to keep in mind and tune in for further videos that we're going to post about just what other quality parameters there are and what you can do in order to be able to qualify and in order to be able to get everything that you deserve from a new compensatory scheme. We will be adding more sections to our seminars in the future regarding this very, very important topic. Now, one of the most common questions that we get here at Reimbursement Rx, they have to do with signing your professional employment contract, be that with a hospital or group or any organization. And what doctors are asking us is, well, what is the most important thing? What should we pay most attention to? Is it a signing bonus? Is it per RVU reimbursement? Is it a base salary? Is it vacation time? What should I strive for, or what should I bring home? Well, the truth is that, as we talked about before, there's a complete and local lack of transparency when it comes to compensation for physicians and hospital services. And paying physicians is no different. So I'd like you to understand what your contract entails and not so much focus on actual dollar amounts. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, if you were to sign a sign-on bonus, well, this is great. And actually, I urge you to ask for one and to get one. However, be sure you understand what it means. Very few organizations will give you money if you're just there for a few short months or for a year. They are going to be sure to put in a contract that by signing this, by taking the sign-on bonus, you are agreeing to stay there for a certain prolonged period of time. Certain states might even put a non-compete clause in there, telling you that if you do decide to leave, then you cannot open up a practice within a certain geographical area. So be sure you read the contract and be sure you understand what it entails. Size is important, and size matters, your size of your contract, of course, but your sign-on bonus, that is. However, it may not be big enough to justify all the other parameters that are being put in there. So make sure you understand it. Same thing goes for your RVU reimbursement. Well, ask the organization whether or not they have the tiered RVU system, because arguing for just per dollar amount per RVU may not be your best option. And make sure that you understand whether or not there's a certain base that you're being paid over which you're getting more or less RVUs. So again, that particular dollar amount may not be all you need to talk about. And if you talk about time off, well, also you need to understand what it entails. Are you being paid for time off? And are you being reimbursed for your time off? Is it a paid vacation, or you have to make it up? Certain organizations will actually suspend your pay for the month that you're away, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because this is a part of the contract. And you need to understand that this is going to happen so that you get ready for it, so you prepare for it, and if so, please go ahead and do it, and you'll be happy. And the thing to remember is that understanding your contract and knowing exactly what it entails is going to make your professional life much easier, happier, and free of surprises. For more questions or for more information about this, of course, email us, comment on this Facebook feed, or get in touch with us by any means you deem necessary. And finally, I want to talk about the most latest trend in the news that we've been seeing, and it has to do with the old, never-ending issue of spending in healthcare. This has been going on for decades. How do we reduce spending? What do we do to decrease the amount of money spent on healthcare? And recently, a couple new players or a couple new avenues have opened up. We've all heard about Amazon trying to establish its own network, its own healthcare system, with its own set of hospitals, doctors, laboratories, even pharmacies. Is that good? That bad? I don't know. But it's something new. It's something different. Something that's been out there. Most recently, there was a proposal that maybe hospitals should actually publish their rates. Maybe hospitals should agree to take a certain percentage of Medicare rate, 120, 130% of Medicare, and compete with each other and actually publish those rates and compete not just on quality parameters alone. There was another thing coming out of India, yes, out of India, where surgeons operate in a hospital on a few patients at a time. They have swivel chairs and they go from one OR to another with a lot of support personnel. That way they can do more operations per hour and they decrease care. They decrease cost of care. Now, I'm not so sure about that one. I'm not so sure about doing surgeries on a couple of patients at a time because we really don't want to reduce care, right? But the idea of hospitals competing with each other, not just on quality, the idea of a conglomerate setting up its own health network, that actually may work. That actually may increase competition and drive the prices down. And that might be good for business. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you keep talking about business and business and business, but this is medicine. This is healthcare. We're helping patients. We're not here to do business. Well, to that I say, get over it. When over $3 trillion is being spent on healthcare annually, that argument no longer holds water. What do you think? What are your opinions? How do you think we can improve healthcare, and how do you think we can reduce the cost of healthcare by not compromising quality? Let us know. I'm Dr. Alexander Lukowski with the Reimbursement Rx Weekly Update, and we'll catch you next time.